We are going to rapid fire some questions about the Kings' actual basketball because our producer, Peepin' James Herbert, is the biggest Kings fan not living in Sacramento. So here we go. Hold on.
Ready when you are.
All right. People had high expectations for Tyreek this year. We could write off last year because of injuries, and he was said to have been working on his jumper. What happened?
You know what? He's still trying to figure out who he is in the NBA, and you have to look that he's really still a very young player. His best basketball is in front of him. If he can figure out a way to find the mid-range, he's going to be devastating in the same way that, you know, Dwayne Wade and some of these other high-volume 2-3 combos are. He's an interesting character at this point. I think that the Coach Smart moved him to the small forward position, and he's transitioning still. And realistically, his stats aren't that far down from where they were as a rookie. I mean, he's still averaging 5 assists and 5 rebounds a game. It's just the point total that's dipped a little bit, and you can attribute that to just shots, how many shots he's getting in a ball game.
Explain why Isaiah Thomas, who went to University of Washington, who I watched for 4 years, explain why he is so good for the Kings.
You know what? He's so good because, number one, he's a leader, and number two, he came into the league saying, I'm going to show people that the player that I was in college is exactly who I am at the pro level, that I'm going to translate 100%, and that's what he's done. I mean, he's incredible to watch. He doesn't care who he's guarding or who's guarding him. He'll take people off the dribble, or, I mean, I haven't seen a 5'9" or 5'8" guy hold ground in the post and fight like this guy. He's just incredible to watch on a night in and night out basis, and he's good people.
Yep. Get everyone on board. You have 30 seconds to get everyone on board with DeMarcus Cousins. Tell them about why you need to be buying Cousins stock now.
Well, I think the biggest reason why you have to buy his stock now is that the things that he does poorly, the things that are detracting from his game, are all things that young players go through, and they're things that you grow out of. He turns the ball over too much. He fouls too much. His shot selection is poor. All of those things. And then the maturity issues. It's not like this guy's stealing cars or anything. He's just got some maturity issues. All of these things are things he grows out of, and when he does, he's going to be dominant. He already is dominant.
Already is dominant. That's quite the claim for Cousins, although I definitely love watching him play. I hate to bring it back to the arena situation, but I am interested in it and have been following it a little bit. I know that's what the people demand. They definitely hate basketball and love discussions about arenas. I was just wondering, you want the Kings in Sacramento, but is there a point at which you think the city would be giving up too much in order to make that happen, and you would say, I can't support this? Do you have that own personal sort of barrier in place, and do you have an idea of what it is?
Well, I mean, to put like a pie in the sky number out there, I'm not sure if it's not my money. Am I comfortable with them spending $300 million if they're spending $250? As long as the general fund is protected, I think most Sacramentans are okay. As long as they find a way to backfill any money that's going out towards parking, then I think people of Sacramento are okay. I mean, this isn't like they're doing a bond measure and giving away a whole lot of money. I think the most interesting thing about this arena proposal is we're looking at $400 million up front, no debt service whatsoever, except for on the Maloof side, which they're going to have to finance their money. But if you can tell me that you can build a $400 million stadium for $400 million, that's pretty impressive. And I mean, that's what they're trying to do. And while I know you're a detractor from using public funds, I would much rather see something like this where they get money up front, they build a stadium, and we don't pay $1.2 billion over 30 years for a $400 million stadium, which is what debt service would cost.
Okay. James,
I'm not
you and I have you and I have talked about J.J. Hickson before. I believe we had a nice chat over lunch at Sloan. He's gone. He's blossoming in Portland whenever he plays Blake Griffin. How are you feeling with his departure from Sacramento?
I'm feeling blessed that next season I do not have to watch 41 games of J.J. Hickson. That I might have to watch 2 when he comes into town. I don't want to be mean or anything. He's a good kid. But the fact is, he did not come to Sacramento ready to play basketball, and he was given every opportunity to win a starting job. He was given every opportunity to play well and to, and he did not want to be here from day one. And so what we're seeing is, him blowing up in Portland because he's got 20 games or 18 games to prove that he's worth $5 or $6 million a year. I mean, the Kings just gave away a first-round draft pick and let that guy walk, if that tells you anything. I mean, his production on the floor was, man, again. I mean, does anyone want to watch Josh McRoberts play 41 nights a year? I mean, really? That's kind of what we were getting from J.J. Hickson. I guess, I mean, I could keep going if you would like me to.
That sums it up pretty nicely.
I mean, he may beat me up next time they come into town.
Appreciate you coming on, man. Sorry, go ahead.
I said he may beat me up next time I come into town, but next time they come into town. But you know what? He could be playing in Israel for a game and then quitting there too. I'm not sure. So.
Well, that's a risk you have to take, I guess. When you blast hoops, when you blast someone, when you put J.J. Hickson on blast on HoopSpeak Live, it's just a risk you got to take.
Just comes with the territory.
All right, thanks for dropping by, James.
Hey, thanks for having me
James.
on, guys.
Thanks, James.
Anytime.